session is a short one. Basically, we just wanted to meet filmmakers. Since we're not having a physical festival, virtually, there's no opportunity really created for us to interact, needs to talk, to support our projects, and we wanted to create that opportunity for us to be able to talk, to interact, and see how co-productions, partnerships, and that, all of that can happen. So that's why we're here. Okay, so welcome to the last day of Africa Film for Impact Festival. In few hours' time, we'll be having the grand finale ceremony in full or in earnest. So this is just like a pre-section to the grand finale. We just wanted filmmakers to talk and chat. Okay, so randomly, any one of us, if you have something to say, you're going to be free to say it. I think you can introduce yourself and state and make your statement. Basically, what do we want to look at? These are the few things we just want to talk about. We want to talk about supporting individuals' work. You know, in what ways would you require support from co-social impact filmmakers? Every one of us, we're filmmakers, we're doing different work. We want to know how we can help each other achieve more viewership, more success with our productions. Like the festival exists to present that opportunity for filmmakers to showcase their work. But each of these filmmakers too can be some sort of a help to some other filmmaker with their own work. So that's why we wanted to have this chat. So supporting individuals' films, how do we come in? That's one of it. Then the second one is if you know of funding opportunities that exist, you know, like we stated in one of the sections yesterday, the fact that we support the other person is not stopping our own success. So as filmmakers who drive social change, we also want to share with each other and be able to help each other achieve greater feats. So we'll be sharing, from Africa Film for Impact Festival. We'll also be sharing some links with you. Some of these links are links we received from partners who know where you can get funding. So we'll share with you what we've received. Then finally, we also want to look at the possibility of co-productions. You want to co-produce, you want to partner to make a project, whether your own project or someone else's project, you might want to take interest in and be a part of it. That's the third thing we want to achieve with this section. So I want to open the floor because this is not a lecture, or it's not a one-way thing. It's a discussion. So we want to discuss. So we want to maybe start from the fact that we are all social change filmmakers, and we want to also look at what are the challenges of creating social change films. For you as a filmmaker now, and you're trying to make this film, what has the challenges been like for you? That's where we want to start from. Then we'll talk about collaboration, supporting our films, and the rest of it. Okay, so I'm opening the floor for every one of you now. You can speak. What are the challenges of producing films for social change? As a filmmaker, yeah, what are the challenges? Yeah, I'm expecting us to speak. Except you're saying, as a filmmaker, there's no challenge for you. You don't have any challenge.
Sir,
yes.
Film already my challenging project, this project, uh, uh, shooting time, shoot time, any problem. This shots scene, very personal shoot, very personal shoot only. Uh,
Okay.
uh,
Oh,
uh, but subject different subject. So very private private shoot that
okay. Okay.
private shoot. This finishing time, okay, satisfy all person. Okay,
Oh,
thank you.
okay. So you had a very short time to make your own project. So it's a very short time for you. Okay. All right. Mr. Ogunde Taiwo, you want to share? Mr. Ogunde Taiwo, you want to share? Or maybe Prosper. Prosper can share, Taiwo can share. What are the challenges like creating films for change?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. What are the challenges like creating films for change?
So first, I think the very first challenge would be in terms of location. We had to move from Lagos. I mean, majority of the fellows on Southwest were based in Lagos, but um, we had to move from Lagos majorly because of how long it's going to take to get approvals from a number of locations that we need to film. And then yeah, so we had to film in Ibadan. So that was of challenge. Another one was trying to secure police stations for the film. We had to go to like different police stations, and they are, I can tell that they are very loyal to their superior, because we eventually meet with the PPRO of Ibadan, who was supposed to help us secure a meeting with the commissioner. But he made us understand that he is in full support of what we are doing, but it's just that we didn't send in the letters on time, and there was nothing they could do about it. So it was really challenging for us to get the right police station to use, even with the fact that we need to get the commissioner's approval to use any police station in Ibadan. So we eventually had to work with the High Court. So the High Court then eventually got a space for us to use, which looks more like the police station. So these are like really different challenges. Securing location, managing the team wasn't so hard, because we are all filmmakers. So I wouldn't say that was any bit of a challenge. Post production as well was one of the challenges. But I believe that every step and every challenges that we faced was just a step for us to learn more. I mean, one of the challenge I wouldn't forget is the fact that our lead character, who was supposed to play the role of Bonnie, had to, on a day, just a few days before, just a day before he gets on set, he had to call to say that he wouldn't be able to come anymore. And I'm glad for the kind of team that I have. We didn't see it as a challenge at all. We all started putting our networks to use, and we had to bring in another fantastic actor who did justice to the script. So yes, every challenges was an opportunity for us to learn. Every challenges was somewhat yes, was so much a punch, but we had to take it and embrace it and see how much we can go. So yeah, one other big challenge that I'm not supposed to mention, but I feel I should mention it because we are always talking about it, will be funds. We didn't have enough funds to really create as much as we want to create. But we are glad that we have the little that we had, and we're able to put it to use, and we will always be grateful for that. So that's majorly it.
Okay, thank you very much, Taiwo. That was it. Okay, I want to ask, as creatives, we seem to have a lot of challenges partnering with each other. I've noticed that a lot. I can also tell you that the Mirage is here right now, but we could have had maybe up to 70 more people from across the world. I am sure that most of us are waiting for the grand finale that will be happening this evening. And I know a couple may not have seen it also. But how do we deal with this problem of working together, partnering together? How do we deal with it? Because it's I consider it a major problem of filmmakers, creative people generally, and now knowing that there's no way one person can do this thing. As in, there's absolutely no way. There's no way three people can even do it. It's a product of there's really the demand for synergy, for collaboration. But this collaboration seems to be difficult, or do I use the word challenging? How do we overcome this barrier of collaboration?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, it's open to any one of us. Yes, Taiwo, you can go on.
Okay. Well, one thing that I know is the fact that we are all filmmakers and we all have our strengths and our weaknesses, and the fact that when projects brings us together, and a number of things, let's say for instance we were supposed to work together in making a film that address a social heel or any heel really in the system, and I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, I know the things that I can do, and as well the other people working on the project as well, the people working on the project as well, they also have their strengths and they have their weaknesses. So it's a little bit of who is going to bow for who, because the point is, as creatives, we can't, even though we have the strength in the particular field, we can't really just say we want to do everything. The ability to let another person really explore their own creativity or really take charge of this particular thing, it will go a long way in creating unity, number one, and creating achieving a successful goal in the end. Because if let's say for instance we are all filmmakers and we have our own roles, and then we didn't allow the person who is taking charge of a particular role do their thing, or the person who is supposed to take that particular role is really not delivering the best way that they should deliver, it will gear up a challenge in collaboration, and it wouldn't help the goal of what you're trying to do. So I believe that understanding one another and really try to humble ourselves even as we work, it will go a long way in promoting unity in collaboration. I don't know if that addresses the question.
You were really breaking. You were really breaking, so it was really difficult hearing most of what you said. Your line was breaking badly.
Okay, hello.
Your line was really. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying that having. Oh wow, it's like I'm breaking.
Your network is not good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, seriously, you're breaking seriously. I don't know, maybe you need to reposition so you'll be able to have better network. But someone can, let's speak from someone else. Let someone share why you oppose.
All right, sir.
Conversation, we're saying that we're having challenges partnering, collaborating as creatives, and it's a major problem because nobody is an island. We can't succeed in isolation. We want to create social change. We need to fuse energy together. We want to collaborate. How do we make this happen in the midst of this me-centric experience we see around, wherein it's difficult for us to collaborate? So we wanted you to share your thoughts and opinions. So any person, the floor is open, anybody can speak.
Okay.
Okay, hello, sir.
Yeah, Francis is trying to speak. Go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Like you said, the me-centric can work because even if you think you have a particular idea or you think you have a particular directing skill or something like that that could push the work to come out good, you find out that you can double up for every other task or function in making that film. You can't do graphic yourself. You can't be there manning the sound at the same time producing or directing. So, and there is this pleasure that comes when the film is out and is beautiful, and everyone who try to come together to make it work share in that experience of its beauty. So, and no one can ever stop sort of emphasizing the fact that unionism always produce good results. Of course, unionism in the positive sense of it, you have to get people of like minds, like ideals, people who understand the pace at which you want to move or work. And if I feel if you're trustworthy or if your works speak for you, you're likely to create that network with people. Nobody knows it all. No one is an island, or no one can function or live without the aid of the other. And the network comes to work better for you when you are in that need of certain things. Like Taiwo, who said they had to have a last minute recasting of a cast who failed to turn up. It might be that it's someone who they know already that had to get the person in for them. And these are the benefits. One of them you get from networking. So you can easily pick up a call to call a friend who is also in the creative industry in another location to help you out with things like either you need some particular props or particular cast or particular thing, location or all that. So it's really essential that a creative minds keep networking for broader purposes and beauty of the work at the end of it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Francis. Yeah, it's very important that creative people keep together network. And like the question I asked, what we're wondering is why are we not doing it? What's the core problem? What's the core problem? Because it's not like we don't know. We all know that these things needs to be done. We all know that this is going to help us achieve better results. Why are we not doing it? That's the problem. Why are we not doing it? Why are we not doing it? If you take this thing, you're going to feel better, but you're not taking it. Why are we not doing it? Doctor, you wanted to speak.
Yes, sir. I wanted to add to what I was said the other time about
Okay.
issues that we have when it comes to partnering with other people. I believe that one of the ways to get that solved is by being truthful and spelling out what is in it for every one of us by the time we come on board. In the sense that if you want to partner with someone and you need the person to be of help when it comes to your production, we should be able to tell it ourselves from the beginning that this is the credit you would have by the time we are done with it. Not that we just bring everybody on board and it will now at the long run, it will now seem as if we just used them to achieve our aim, and we just use them and dump them. So we just have to stipulate it from the beginning that this is what is in it for you to get and all that. I know there are some times that the production would fetch money, especially when money is involved, that the production will fetch money for the owner of the production. If we are calling on people to join us to make the production work, and it's going to involve a big part of it, and maybe by the time the money comes, it's expected that they be a part or they partake in the sharing or anything. It will not be good for us to rely on their energy when it comes to getting the work done, and the gain would come eventually, and we will now corner it to ourselves. So I feel that is one of the reasons why some people are not really interested in supporting other creatives to get things done, because by the time the glory comes, it has a way of just going to the owner itself. So by the time we tick the boxes and we make it clear and we have it written down that this is what you would get by the time this becomes a success, I think it will be good and it will be easy for people to come on board and support the vision.
All right, thank you. I think two major things I took out from what you just said. Two major, I mean, there are a couple of things, but there are two major ones. One of them is making it very clear from the start what each person stands to gain. So if it's going to be an honorarium, you state, I'll be presenting an honorarium. If it's going to be a pay, you say, I'm going to be presenting a pay. If whatever it is, when there is no resource, you state there is no resource, and this is what we'll be able to do. Maybe I could cover transportation. Then you state it, agree. Then the second thing you mentioned, I also think is very salient because it's one of the major lessons I'm learning also as a person, as a filmmaker, as a business person, is how to put things in pen and paper. You know, you need to pen down things, you need to document things, because anybody can wake up in the morning and says, no, that's not what I said. You know, and it becomes an issue, it becomes a problem, and a compounded one, something you didn't want. You know, so first, make it very clear to everyone at the word go. Then secondly, as much as possible, officialize it. You know, it's not a product of not trusting ourselves. No, it's just a product of processes. You know, let's have the right processes, you know, because I also agree that should people want to contribute to a particular thing, of course, that person would have asked it herself why they want to contribute to it. So you want to give clear enough reason why, and then you want to make it clear and official enough so that there's a document of that sounds like a guide to whatever you're doing. I agree. Okay, anyone else want to speak to this?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Kingsley, go on.
Good afternoon, sir. Sorry, I actually joined the meeting a little bit late. I was trying to find my way around to make an input in our ongoing discussion. But I just needed, if I can actually get a brief overview of what we are actually talking about, sir.
Okay, basically we're talking about, this meeting is more like a networking meeting. We're saying filmmakers, nobody can do it all by yourself. So you need networking, you need collaborations. Where you are may not be where I am. And you can easily get to this environment or get around this environment where I am if you work with me. And that's how it is with every other person. You know, so we're saying collaboration is very key. And the key question we ask is, why are we not collaborating? Even when every one of us know that collaboration is key right now. Why are we not collaborating? So they were just sharing their thoughts on why they think people are not collaborating, or what can be done to foster better collaboration.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. If I may be allowed to make a little input. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, one of the reasons why collaboration.
Okay, the network is off now.
among especially the fellows is committee of particular things we need if we must actually move this organization forward. I don't think we can actually do it alone. Like in some of the films we did, which has been on premiere, which has been showing on the internet for a couple of days now. These films, I've come to discover many persons. I've come to discover the potentiality in all of our fellows. If even some persons I never even thought they were into acting. I found out that they're even doing good. And these are the kind of things we are talking about. Probably I'm actually want to, have one or two persons to be in my film or to actually to come around here to be part and parcel of my projects. Maybe what actually, like what you were saying about, it kind of benefit the person stands to, gain is actually another problem why we're not collaborating. Because if probably I want to go to Enugu, maybe people from the east zone, southeast, they are calling me to come and feature in my film. I wanted to play one or two roles in this particular movie. I actually want these people to because we are all together. I'm not asking for any bill from you guys. I just need you people to, take care of the transportation, take care of this, take care of that. Or let's say I want to bring Mr. Brown to come and direct my project. So one or two things like can actually maybe to present to have a tangible gain, probably to define this gain to the fellow or to anybody we are collaborating with is actually a problem. I think it's one of the problems we personally I'm saying that we're having right now. That's actually one of the problems that we're having right now. And I believe that if we can actually break this barrier, break this barrier of not seeing the distance or beginning to value our potentialities, it's going to help us a lot to break the barrier of not collaborating at all when making projects.
Okay, and I think also two major things I think also could be, the word is could be a problem is one. You see, when you're not selfless, it's very difficult to collaborate. I can assure you that now this is not a product of people, maybe someone using you now or not using you or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about selflessness. The heart that collaborates and collaborates well, a lot of them, they have to start from the point of being selfless. I say that because a lot of people share that statement that America grew when the Americans were told that don't ask yourself what America will do for you, ask yourself what you will do for America. Now, that statement may have been viral, but I think there is a very short-circuited understanding of that statement. Because people, because people use it, people quote it, but people do not really understand the power of that statement. Don't ask what America will do for you, ask what you will do for America. It's simply telling you be selfless. That without selflessness, you are not going to be able to collaborate. So when you say Americans, they love their flag, it doesn't mean that the society as at that time had given them everything. Even the countries we talk about, check them till now, they are still demanding for things. They are still crying. Is it not in America they were crying for George Floyd, that Black Lives Matter? Is it not the same America they still have protests and all that? So the problems are not totally out, but it didn't stop these people from rising to do that, the action part of don't ask what America will do for you, ask what you will do for America. It didn't stop that far. And that's why they can fly that flag, in the midst of even difficult times. So I'm not saying that's a model for us to take after. No, there are things we can learn from it. But the point I'm trying to make is that collaboration is enshrined in at the altar of selflessness. If you're not selfless, it's always going to be me. What's in it for me? Business people will tell you, yes, what's in it for me? Now, when you're selfless, it doesn't mean you're not business conscious. No, that's not it at all. It simply means that you know how to calculate your earnings, maybe beyond financial returns. So for some people, what is in it for me is always money. Money is not what it's always it is for people. If you want to collaborate, it can't always be money. You're going to be looking at the bigger picture. How is this thing going to benefit me? I give you an example. Yesterday, Africa Film for Impact Festival, powered by Film for Impact Foundation, premiered the movie, Brutal Cycle. The police officer who watched that film, who was actually one of the panelists, and he's won a lot of degrees, a lot of awards, as a very, very disciplined and honest officer. He called me immediately after the premiere yesterday and was saying a lot of things, how grateful he was first for being invited to be a panelist, and how grateful he was, he is, not even worse, how grateful he is for that film. He said, I literally cried when I watched that film. He said, Bright, you guys just told our story. He said, this is our story. This is us. He said, I would want most of my colleagues. He said, can we get this film? Can we share it? I want most of my people. I told him, I said, yes, we're going to get back to you. Now, this film is powered by Film for Impact Foundation, but go right there. You will never see the name Bright Wonder as the director of the film or the producer. The producer of that film is right here. The director of that film is right here. These are great minds who have worked over time seeking for that big opportunity. Now, so they get a little one. They're trying to convert the little one to a big one. But it had to take selflessness. In other words, some of the films we did, like I've shared with us, they're a product of the fact that Film for Impact had resources to make a film. Rather than do that, it decided to break and let people. Now, in other words, that film is carrying a Timi Hassan film, and is produced by Ogunde Taiwo. And this person did this other one. Now, you now see how much, that the tree is becoming big for every bird to have its nest. But that is a product of only one thing, and that's selflessness. So you can't collaborate because, first, for Film for Impact as an organization, we know that whatever the fellows are doing, it's a product of commitment. They are committing something. They are giving, sweat equity. So they may not be throwing money, like really, but they are giving a lot of sweat equity, and some are even putting money. So now collaboration is working because people understand that you need to be selfless. It's not about you. It's not about you being the owner of the film. It's not about you being this. It's not about you being this. It's not about you being this. It's about looking beyond your personal gain to see that this will benefit all in the bigger picture. So let me now officially say to you, that selflessness you put together to make that film brought tears of joy in the eyes of an officer who is willing to share across many other people. And in other words, you are now spreading your impact globally. So what I'm saying is selflessness is one of the strongest key to partnership, to collaboration. If you don't go selfless, it might be very difficult. I want to take a feed from Temi Hassan. You can see his hand raised.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon, fellows. Good afternoon to all filmmakers. Firstly, I want to appreciate you, sir, for this section. It's a wonderful one. I just want to take a cue from what you said initially. There are things that we know theoretically, but in practice, it's quite difficult. And if we're going to achieve anything at all, there are some practical steps that we need to take, and it requires that we read ourselves. It takes discipline. And one of these very issues where we actually need discipline is the issue of collaboration. And it's not just for those of us who are just coming as upcoming filmmakers. I've been part of conversations, even conversations that involved the big the big filmmakers in Nigeria, and you realize that it's the same thing everywhere. Everybody keeps saying, oh, people don't want to collaborate, and collaboration is good. So it's like we all know it's good, but then it becomes very difficult for us to really key into collaboration. So I'm just going to highlight one or two things that I feel is the reason why collaboration is very difficult. One of the very reasons why collaboration is very difficult is because we are very sentimental, and sometimes we get too emotionally attached to what we do that it becomes very difficult for us to define job roles and let people do their jobs. So you have an idea to execute, and you know that you're not a fantastic director, but because the film that you are financing as the executive producer, and because the film you're financing as the executive producer is going to carry another person's name, it's going to be so person's film, and any creative award or accolade that comes as a result of that film is going to go to that person. For that reason, you're struggling with letting the person who you know is best fit for that work to take the credit. So you're just unnecessarily attached to your work. I've had situations where friends that we are at the same level in the industry, they reach out to you, they know you can do this particular thing, and then they go like, I have this project, I just need you, I need your support, I need you to support me. And like, guy, come out straight. What aspect of this film do you need me to work on? It's very easy. See, there are things that we shouldn't allow sentiment. While we were planning the production, I said a couple of things to Taiwo, my wonderful friend and producer. We had times when we fought, and we had times where we had to. And I told him, I said, see, we're going to fight a lot, but trust me, our fight is going to be strictly professional. It's not going to affect our relationship. I think at a point we had one very funny night during the conference in Abuja then, and I was blown away. Within 10-15 minutes, it was as if we were going to bring down the whole hotel, and under 1 minute we resolved like nothing happened, and we continued with our relationship, and then we're here today. Now, one of the things I told him then, I know you're a people's person. You like carrying people along, but job roles within the film industry are so clearly defined that in as much as everybody has a stake, everybody should have a role. So we know that when things go wrong in this area, the person to be held responsible. So when we say who is the producer, I don't expect you to say we are all producing. No, we are not all producing. Producing is actually a professional job role that should be handled by someone who understands what it takes to produce. Same as who is the production designer. We know that this guy can design this production. Let him do it. Forget that. Yeah, it's our film. It's our film. So when we understand in-depthly job roles within the film industry, and then we are satisfied with the things we can do. I know people who, ever since they've been in the industry, they've never stayed in front of the camera, and they don't envy people in front of the camera. All right, I say this all the time. I said one of the things that I really do not like about my career as I'm about kicking on this, because I actually started as an actor. I wanted to act. Only it took me several years to know that, see, I'll do better behind the camera than in front of the camera. So we see a lot of unnecessary emotional attachment to the works that we want to do. So you want to make a good film, tell yourself, I'm only going to undo what I know I can undo. So by so doing, when this is settled in your head, you know that, okay, what you're good at is producing. Guy, put the resources together, use your managerial and administrative skill, bring all the people you know that, creatively, these guys can make this thing work. Bring them on board. Let the director take the shine as a director. Then you take the money of the film. See, either we like it or not, there must be something in every, a film. When we're making a film, we know that, we need to be very selfless, very good. But then there must be something in every production for everybody. It's not just going to be money. It's not just going to be... value is not really. Sometimes I because
that part, being on that set would get me another job somewhere else. Earlier this year, I was on the set in Abuja. I was the assistant director on a TV series. Now, for over 1 month, this producer paid me just 50,000 naira. Now, and he told me before I even left Lagos. But I actually took that job because I've never worked on any sitcom or any series before, and I know what that thing is going to do to my career. So I jumped on that set for that reason. So I had actors who were butty, misbehaving because you are the AD, you are everybody's errand boy. They had a lot of people who disrespected me. I never felt disrespected or felt humiliated because, oh, I was the assistant director and you are now the star actor. No, I knew why I was on that set, and I stick with my own job role. So when we understand job roles and do not allow unnecessary emotional sentiment or attachment, you see that the job is going to come out fine. If it is one person that can do everything, let him do it. That's what it is. All I'm after is let's make a good film. Let's make a good film. If you pack cable for better set, you better pass make you be writer, director for set with flop. I would rather pack cable on a very good set than to be the head of production on a set that would flop. So that's one of the things that I feel makes collaboration very difficult for us in this part of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Timmy. I think you've spoken at length, and I agree with you. Sentiment, it's a major part of it. Yeah, once it is our film or our co-production, if I'm going to be partnering with you and I'm partnering with you, I need to sell my individuality to partner with you, then there is going to be a problem. We might not be able to last for long. So partnership and collaboration does not kill individuality. No, it only brings individuality on the table, and then you find a way to marry them so that if we're going to partner and you don't know how to script, please don't force yourself that you have to script, because since I will direct and produce and edit, why don't you script? So you now realize it brings us back to that whole sentiment thing. It's me. It's me. Now you might say, no, it's not me. You're doing 3. Can't I just do 1? But you cannot do the 1 very well. Do you get? So that means it still brings us back to the me, because you've looked at it and it's looking like there is no me in this thing. So you're taking all the glory. But it's not what it's about. It's not about taking the glory. It's about doing the right thing, for which we can say you didn't write, produce, direct, edit, but you were the assistant makeup. But we did a great job. It's about owning only 2% of a multi-billion-dollar investment than owning 95% of a business that is worth just 100,000. That's the difference. So that everybody right now is carrying the card, CEO. Meanwhile, CEO is in the mind. Chief Executive Officer is in the mind. We're all CEOs of ourselves. So as creative people, because we're creative people, because we can create our work, every one of us is saying, all I just need now is funding. Well, if I can just get fund, I know what to do. Every other person has the same thing. So if you want to help me, just help me. All I need is this money. See, you will wait for that money for a very long time. But you can collaborate with someone who's got the equipment you're looking for, and then collaborate with another person who's got the distribution wings, and collaborate with some other person who bring artistic stuff on board, maybe as DP. So we really, really need collaborations as filmmakers and as impact filmmakers. Right now we have impact filmmakers from across the globe attending the festival, and that's why we wanted to have this conversation. Unfortunately, a lot of them are not on this platform today. I guess most people are waiting for the grand finale, the awards, and that's fine. But we can finish this whole thing. Our film gets nominated, our film gets an award, but you go back and you still go back to yourself, same struggle all alone. Meanwhile, because you're on this platform and we have this conversation very well, we begin to interact. You don't know how to go about it in Nigeria. I'm here in Nigeria. I will use my network and all that to tell you, okay, look at what we can do. I may not have money to put into your film, but if you want to XYZ place, we can leverage a couple of platforms to help spread it in these areas. And then if you need it to be here, you might need to pay this. We can help you get a better deal. Now, that is what collaboration is. So you can't send your stuff to me and say I should use my money to do it. No, that's not what collaboration is. Collaboration, it's a call to responsibility, it's a call to mutual respect. So every one of us, you mutually respect the other person. Not because we're collaborating, we take certain things for granted. So we are actually looking for road to healthy collaboration. That's basically what this section is about. The road to healthy collaboration. We want to collaborate, but we want to collaborate in a healthy manner. You know, okay, right now I built from, I would say, yeah, maybe I can say from scratch. And so you have a lot of people who come, you get a lot of emails, you get a lot of proposals, and want to collaborate with you. We want to collaborate with you. Now, tell me, what's the collaboration? The collaboration is that they want to make a feature film and they are targeting Netflix. And we want you to collaborate with us. In what way? We want you to supply equipment. We'll be filming for 21 days. We want to film and using 2 Red camera. We know you have Red Epic and Red Dragon. So we want you to collaborate with us and support our projects in that way. And the question I asked, I said, excuse me, sir, Red camera, that Epic is 50,000 per day. 2 of them is 100,000 per day. For 21 days, it's 2.1 million. So you're asking me to give you 2.1. That's just the camera, not the other equipment. Only the camera is 2.1 million. And you want me to collaborate with you to make a film you're submitting to Netflix. And when you make the profit, what then happens? Even if it's not for profit, you should understand that collaboration should be a symbiotic relationship. If you have a dream, still know it is your dream. Help is not take over. The fact that someone wants to help you does not mean he should take over the responsibility of you. So that when you're coming in with the mind of giving. Any collaboration you ever seek to get from people, trust me, you're a bad collaborator. You're a very, very bad collaborator. You are a parasite in the field of collaboration. So that the moment you finish doing your calculation, you now see the company that can help you with equipment. You now see the people that can do this. You now see the person that can do this for you. Trust me, you're already thinking collaboration wrongly. When you want to think collaboration, the first thing you should be thinking is value. How do I bring value on board? The moment you bring value, you get everything. Example, there are certain people that we've got to work with as an organization. It is easier for those people to come tell you, I need this, and they get it. Do you know why? Because they've created value. So if as filmmakers, if we're going to be collaborating, let's not look at, okay, right now I want to collaborate with my friend in Italy. I want to collaborate with the one also in Spain. The moment I start seeing, thank God I have this person, that means I'll be able to go to Spain to shoot. I am already doing collaboration wrongly. The first thing should be, what is Luke's benefits if he's going to be collaborating on this project? So that you don't make your project a burden for him, because he's also got plans. Why should he shut down those plans to be a part of your stuff? So if creating something that will not be beneficial to others, you're not thinking collaboration. Okay, so it's one of the other areas we need to look at. If we give it good attention, whenever you want to seek collaboration from fellow filmmakers, think of what their benefits are. That's why you submit 300,000 proposals to organizations. You never get a feedback. Not even a pass mark. You don't even get a feedback, because you go telling MTN, we want to do raise a voice. We want to do this, because through it, we're going to be creating this. It will help our company achieve this. It will help our company achieve this. Please, what will it help their company achieve? That is the bottom line. That is all what they always look for, not what's your vision. Thank you for supporting. We look forward to you supporting our vision. It will help us achieve the vision and make our world a better place. That's crap. It doesn't make any sense to them. Tell them how that whatever you want to do, whatever you want to present, how it will help them achieve the goal of the organization. Every proposal that ever sailed through, go check it, is because the people have done so much research of the organization that you now take your dream, channel your dream to help the organization achieve this. For instance, this is Africa Film for Impact Festival. If you look at the branding of Africa Film for Impact Festival, it looks like a branding of MTN network. So if we had gone to MTN and say we're doing Africa Film for Impact Festival and it's going to be a mobile festival, in other words, the festival is going to hold for like 21 days. And across these 21 days, we're using mobile screens to move across 400, maybe not 400, say 60 local communities in Nigeria. And this is the branding we have for it. It's a reflection of your organization. And the title of this stuff is Anywhere You Go. Anywhere you go, it's already in their brand. And so you're telling them, this is the reason, and then you send MTN a proposal. The phone numbers there are Glow and Etisalat. You're well done. And you want them to respond. In other words, you're telling them, support us with 25 million or with 5 million to do this stuff, and please call us on Glow and Etisalat. You see, how does that sound? So, but unfortunately, that's exactly what we do when we also want to collaborate. Because you're asking them to partner with you, to collaborate, to support you. You need to understand that nobody supports you, supports what you want to do. They support their vision, their dream. So when we also approach people, creatives like ourselves, please start looking at it. What's this going to benefit Prosper? Like when we're going to make these films, we knew somehow that the filmmakers who made these films, they are going to be having XYZ credits, which is going to be a big booster to their career. And it's going to be presenting this kind of platform at the festival to showcase it. And we are also going to put resources into promoting it. Now, every of those films that is being promoted, it doesn't give me a direct credit as writer, director, whatever. It doesn't. I don't own any of those credits. But there's something I still own in it. What do I own? The foundation of which we set up is the supporter of this. So we too can use it to tell other people, this is what we're doing. We're supporting. So you can now see how symbiotic that is. And that's the reason it will work. But if you're going to get people to come and do for you, then there's a problem, right? Usman raised his hand. Usman wanted to say something.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning.
I am okay. Sorry, my name is Usman Olarotimi. They call me Blacky. The producer director of Red Button. Sorry, I'm just joining for the last 5 days. So I've been in the bush shooting, and the network was so bad.
Okay.
So going to the topic, I think collaboration. The problem we have with collaboration in this part of the world is good. I've had to
Usman is still in the bush.
Something like this in the past, and okay, so the person is in the bush, but I think the network here is a bit better. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, it's cracking somehow. Yeah.
Oh wow, sorry.
But we can hear you.
Okay, I said the major problem with collaboration in this part of the world for filmmakers is greed. Because I think everybody, when you're trying to collaborate, everybody has one or two things that you're looking for. Some are looking for, they want to just put their name out there. Some are looking for commerciality, they want to make money. Everybody wants to make money. But some people are willing to make money more than the others. Some just want to show like, okay, yes, we are the ones that did this so that your CV is going up and you're trying to build your CV. So I've had an opportunity to collaborate with some people at some point in my film life, and the experience was so bad that these days I'm always very, very skeptical about collaboration. Because when you put your resources, you put money and everything, and at the end of the day, maybe because part of the collaborator, maybe I'm part of one of the collaborators that are in the technical and the creative parts, and others are in the producing, the administration. Hello?
Yeah, Usman, we can hear you, just that breaking off.
Oh, sorry. It's in the network, sorry. So all I'm saying is, maybe because some of the collaborators in this particular example that I'm trying to cite is we are the creative and the technical guys that we are always on set. We're trying to look out for the technicalities of the project, while some others are in the producing, the administrative side. So at the end of the day, you don't know what they spend. Maybe if you spend 1 naira, they will tell you they spend 10 naira. If you spend 300 naira on transportation, they will tell you they spend 3,000 naira. So back and forth, we're not able to actually know the exact amount that we spend on the project. Then because maybe some of them have the power when it comes to marketing and distribution. So at the end of the day, coming back from wherever they sell the films and everything, the report we get is not palatable in the area of profit. So they are the ones that knows about how much you make and everything. So if we make 10 naira, they will just tell us, we make 3 naira. And it is later that we now got the gist that, it was not even that. It was like this, the money was even more than that and everything. But it has passed. So me, I would rather say, let me make the kind of film that I can make with my budget for now. So I think I'm big enough to make it the kind of film I want to make. Because collaborations majorly, I've seen cases, I've experienced some, and this is always what happens, greed. Hello?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, so for me, I think I have resolved that, okay, I will make the kind of film that I can make for now with my money and the kind of resources that I can gather from friends and people that are already willing to support. So I'm big enough to make the kind of film that I feel like I want to make. Because collaborations at times is when you look at it in the long run, it's shitty. Some people will gain more than some people, and we don't have I don't think we have the system that makes you think, that makes you say, okay, this is how it has been. We've come together to do it. This is the percentage, and this is how.
Okay. Now, Usman, look at the points. That's why we're here. We're here because we want to speak to whatever is making us not collaborate. Every one of us is saying that collaboration is the way forward, but we're not collaborating. So we know that this is the best. See, first of all, let's not even think of it. You cannot do it alone. You can't, no matter how much you even have, you can't do it alone. You have your money. Some people will cheat you with your money. They will make sure it doesn't go across certain places. Do you get? There are places you can't get to. People will get there. So the point we're trying to make is that we know we need to collaborate. What are the things not making us collaborate? Some of the things you've just mentioned. How do we destroy these things? Okay? Because not collaborating is not the way. Collaboration, so one of the salient, honest. So without can't collaborate. So that's where there's a problem. So you spend 2.5, you say you spend 14,000. You've turned to a government that was you get. So all we need to be speaking to, please, rest. That's so we need to collaborate. So one of the first things is you can't collaborate rightly without honesty. So we want to be honest. That's selflessness before. Then we're talking about honesty now. So you just mentioned another thing we need to do to be able to collaborate. We need to be honest. If you're coming on the floor of collaboration without playing all cards on the table, then you're already creating problem. And that means collaboration will never work. But want collaborations to work. So be selfless and then come in honesty. I want to give Rose an opportunity to speak. Yes, Rose, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, I'm just joining, but of course, I should be able to say one or two about collaboration. Just like what the last person said, it is good to collaborate. We all know that we can't do it alone, like Mr. Bryce always says. But sometimes when we want to collaborate with people, we need to understand who we are collaborating with, what are their interests, what are the visions. If they are not in line with what you do, you will definitely have issues collaborating. Collaborating with someone doesn't have to be financially. Even in making your movie, if I have a collaboration with HD, for instance, and I have the little money, they have the equipment, we are collaborating together, but I need to know if we have the same interest in common. Are they the kind of people who want to make movies just to make money? So they don't really take their time to make good movies. They just want to make movies and put it in the market. Or are they the kind of people who want to make movies that will stay the time, the taste of time, and it doesn't matter if you make the money now, we just want to make the name and all that. So I feel like making collaboration with people, as much as it's good, we need to know people's interests, to know if we have same thing in common for us to actually move our dream or whatever together. So that's just my point. Of course, collaboration is good when you collaborate with the right people. Thank you.
I agree with you totally. When you collaborate with the right people. Yeah, because before you even dare to collaborate, know who you're collaborating with. Because collaboration can be one of the worst things that will ever happen to you. You will regret it all your life. But the fact that someone's child gets drowned in the river will not stop the person from drinking water. When you know that something is good, you now start looking at everywhere, every system, there are bad eggs. So you want to find a way to take off the bad eggs so the good ones, the good things can work. I don't know. Any other person has anything to say? Because I want to start rounding off this section. We're preparing for the grand finale. So should you have anything to speak, please take the floor right now.
Hello? Yeah, so I just wanted to add that thank you so much, everybody, for your wonderful contributions. Like, I've learned so much with what you have said, and I'm definitely going to apply it moving forward, especially in terms of how I relate and work with people and collaboration, really. So I'm definitely going to use a lot of this. And then I wanted to add that regardless of how much default we find in another person during collaboration, we should not always use that as a yardstick to judge every other collaborations that we will have in future. Because somebody treat us not too cool doesn't mean that a better collaboration is not ahead of us. So that we should always note that and be always open to collaboration. Collaboration is like really a one thing that we can always leverage on, and it will help our career and yes, our CV as well. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Taiwo. That's well appreciated. All right, guys. One major thing we want to also be able to explore as we begin to round up is reason you are not sharing links you have with people like you, your co-filmmakers, funding links and funding opportunities because you don't have the minds to collaborate. Whenever you feel that if you share opportunities with people, they may get it and you may not get it, it's because you have insecurities inside of you. So you need to build yourself to be good, solid and strong enough. It helps you share opportunities and not fret. And if someone else will get the opportunity and you don't get it, it doesn't make you feel less of yourself. And that's why we, each of us, as creatives as that we are, we need to try as much as possible to imbibe that selflessness. Selflessness is very important because, like I said at the beginning, if we're going to collaborate, then selflessness is going to be king. It's going to be at the center of it, because if you don't become selfless, you become self-centered. So when you get opportunity for maybe 400 grants and you can only get one, you will still keep it away from people. If you see a warehouse of palliative, you will want to die inside that warehouse than call anybody. All right. So the bottom line is that collaboration is something we must do. And if we must do collaboration properly, then we need to be selfless. We also need to respect the principles that guide collaboration. In other words, you need to come on board with what you need to give, not what you want to take, because that will be the right mindset. And also, it was mentioned clearly that anybody who would want to collaborate, you need to look at the fact that people want honesty. So we can't be collaborating and let's use the word accountability. Accountability is the key word to use there. Collaboration calls for accountability, and without it, it becomes very difficult to collaborate. All right, guys, I want to thank you very much for joining this section. We're ready a few minutes past our 2 p.m. time. Exactly 4 p.m., the grand finale of Africa Film for Impact Festival will be holding. So we want to encourage every one of you. This festival has run for 5 days. Today is the grand finale. 4 p.m. today, the festival will be coming to a climate awards. It's been a great one. It's been a great achievement. So we look forward to seeing every one of you at the grand finale. Spread the word, invite all your friends. For those of us here, I'm sure you'll be getting a direct link to be on the Zoom chat. But for every other person, friends and loved ones who want to be a part of the festival, you will be sharing. Michael, please, can you just share the link, the YouTube link to the festival? Can you share it to the grand finale? If we share the YouTube link in the chat, we can all use that link to spread across to our network. So each and every one of them would also be able to join the festival. Yeah, I can see that Yomi's hand is up to give us an information. And don't forget, please keep tweeting it, keep tweeting it, tweet it on Twitter, then on Facebook, Instagram, AFIF 2020 Grand Finale, 4 p.m. And the YouTube channel is FFIF TV. Keep tweeting, and join the conversation. It is at AFIF Nigeria. Okay, it's at AFIF Nigeria. Also join that conversation. If you join the tweet, it will help us achieve much more. So I am AFIF, it's hashtag AFIF Grand Finale. Hashtag AFIF Grand Finale. Help us also spread it and trend it. Yomi, you want to say something?
Yeah, I didn't know we wanted to round up. I wouldn't have bothered. Well, it's just my little contribution. Everybody has said it all. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. I can hear you. Go.
Okay, so
yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, so basically, like Temia said, even though we appreciate the power of collaboration, I think sometimes our selflessness can also be taken for granted. And I'm talking from personal experiences. You tend to do stuff for people at almost for free or at a very cheap rate, and they tend to take such a favor for granted. I think it's now boils down on you as an individual to place some little value on yourself, having known that, okay, you know your worth, you know what you really have to offer whoever you're collaborating with. Let there be some form of MOU. Let there be some memorandum of understanding between you, no matter how, even though you are doing it for free. Like Temi said, let there be a clear cut. What's my role? Okay, what do I stand to benefit, or what do I stand to gain in this production? Else, when things start playing out, the way you didn't expect, you'll be heartbroken. So in as much as we want to be selfless, in as much as we want to help ourselves, I think there's also need for a clear cut on, job description, what's my role, so that tomorrow it might be as simple as, end credit, be saying, oh, now we direct this, why I see a film by so person, and if you're not mature enough, it might cause enmity between you and that person for life. So there's need for real clear cuts in whatever you're doing, no matter the level of collaboration. That's what I have
Okay.
to say.
I think you still reiterated that point, because that point needs to be made very clear. See, the word I want to pick for what you said is the word maturity. Everyone, no matter what you're doing, you need to be mature about it. When you're going into anything, know why you are going into it. Let me tell you, everything you don't pay attention to right now, you will pay attention to it. Whatever you shy away from talking about right now, both of us want to do something, and I just don't want to open up about certain things. Trust me, later on, that thing will come up. And it will come up in such a way that it will not be palatable. So never be afraid, never shy away from engaging people to ask salient question, clear-cut question, get clear-cut answer. If you don't have 1,000 to give, if it's only transport, you want someone to be a part of your project, you can only afford transportation, tell that person you can afford transportation, because also that's why I said, these things need to be very clear. I've also had experiences where someone wants to work on your project, and because you are offering the person to do XYZ and you never had a clear-cut word, that person comes back to tell you what he did for you is what, maybe like 400K in just doing for you. And now he's asking you for a 200K worth. Okay, let's use myself, for instance. Maybe an actor now tells me what he did for me is worth like 400K. If on a normal day, that's his regular charges. Okay, but he did it for me at just 100K. And then now he needs my equipment that is worth 300K and I can't give it. But what he did for me is worth 400K. Now, you know why that will happen? It will happen because when I engaged him, I didn't tell him that this 100K I'm giving you is what I have provided for this role. So that if you are not available, it's still the same thing I would have used to talk to someone else. And if it's a time where I just have transportation for 3K, for 10,000, for 15,000, 20,000, I will tell you that this is what I have. If it doesn't work, I will tell the other person that this is what I have. But when you don't clear this, when it gets to the end, there's still going to be a problem. So in other words, we're saying if you're going to be collaborating, be mature enough to clear all air. Don't be afraid to lose a collaboration. It is much better than entering a wrong collaboration that will bring problem. But should we collaborate? Yes, we must collaborate. So honesty, accountability, and selflessness are very key in your ability to collaborate. I'm going to see you guys by 4 p.m. West African time, when Africa Film for Impact Festival will be coming to a close with a grand finale and awards. Thank you very much. Join us by 4. Have a great day until 4.
Thank you.
p.m.
Thank you, sir.